What's going on, everyone? Well, I hope you're ready for a hot day, because today is the premiere of Pokemon Fire Red here on DSP Gaming, and as you can see, things are heating up. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm excited for today. This is a game that has kind of been in contention to be played for a bit, and we didn't really know if we were going to be playing it sooner rather than later. We didn't play it sooner, but it's certainly not later either. We're a few weeks out from its release. And yesterday, we were talking about what version of Pokemon you'd like to see me play if I were to play one, and you voted and said Fire Red. So here we are. I am Scorching. Are you ready? Because I know I am. All right, let's get this out of here. So anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the DSP Morning Show for Monday, the 23rd of March, 2026. How is everybody today? I hope I find you all well and ready for some chill. Today is going to be a chill day. Today we've got a schedule that should be stress-free, which is good. And it should be a lot of fun interaction and good times together. Today we are starting Pokemon Fire Red here on the channel. For those who don't know, Pokemon Fire Red is a remake of the original Pokemon game from Game Boy. However, it was remade in the early 2000s for Game Boy Advance. It has several improvements and changes, including adding full color. I believe the graphics have been slightly improved. A few tweaks here or there to the gameplay elements, but notably, this version has certain Pokemon that the original game didn't have and has a lot more content. I researched this yesterday and found out once you beat the main story of the original Pokemon game in Fire Red, there's all new content. There's multiple new islands to explore, new Pokemon to catch, and new story elements. So it's actually much longer than the original game on Game Boy. So I did own the original Pokemon on Game Boy. I had Pokemon Blue, and I actually had a Game Boy Pocket that was blue. And so it was cool to have the blue cartridge to match the Game Boy. And I loved it. I played through the game and really, really enjoyed it. But after that, I never played Pokemon again for a very long time. In fact, the next time that I ever touched Pokemon was when I was a YouTuber. Yeah, that's how much later. So you're talking, geez, arguably another decade plus before I ever played Pokemon again. But since I've been a YouTuber, I have played many Pokemon games. You actually see in the slideshow that I do early on the stream here that I've probably played, I think, 8 different Pokemon games over the years. And of course, that ranges from remakes like Omega Ruby, and I believe I played Moon, to more modern versions like Pokemon Sword and Shield, and recently Pokemon Legends ZA and stuff like that. So I love Pokemon now. I think it's a great part of my repertoire of games that I play here on the channel. And when we play them, a certain crowd comes out to chill and enjoy and have a good time. And I'm always happy to see all of you for Pokemon playthroughs, because we always get a nice relaxation. Even though sometimes it can be challenging, sometimes it can be frustrating. You guys are here, you interact, you help me to understand the elements and things, and it always ends up being a great time, and I really love these playthroughs that we do. So what happened was, we had played Pokemon Legends ZA starting in October of last year, and we played it all the way through to like December, and then as we were completing it, the DLC released. So we ended up playing the DLC from December through January, and then finally, I believe it was, I want to say, either late January, early February, we decided to wrap it up. And that was a good thing, because, I mean, we've been playing Pokemon for months and months. So now we've been a couple months removed. And originally the idea was that we were going to come back to play Pokemon Pocopia. But then we saw the trailer for that, and we're like, it kind of seems more like it's going to be a kiddie game, and it doesn't really have many Pokemon elements. So then it was announced that they were going to re-release Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, and you guys actually got excited and started coming by asking me if I were going to play them, and I was like, it's a little scammy that they're charging $20 each for these games. They, in my opinion, should be in the Nintendo Online subscription service, but I'm not opposed to eventually doing it. That was around 3 weeks ago. And over the course of the last few weeks, we've talked about it on and off. People seem to really want to see me play Fire Red. For some reason, I guess Fire Red is the popular version here. And then finally, we talked about it. and decided, let's do it. So as of today, we begin Pokemon Fire Red here on DSP Gaming. All right, I'm very excited, and I hope that you guys are too. All right, should be a good time. Yes, we'll have all the typical Pokemon stuff from usual playthroughs, but today is the premiere, meaning today we get started with the game. I'll probably pick my starter Pokemon. We'll start exploring, start recruiting Pokemon, and go from there. All right, because, you know, some people might say, well, are you going to have naming of Pokemon and everything? We very well could. Let's get settled into the game before we worry about all of that, okay? I like the fact that there's that level of interactivity, but at the same time, I think we should get established the basic elements of this game. It is the earliest Pokemon game, so therefore I got to get used to that. It's not as modern as the ones I've played recently, obviously. So let's just relax before we start getting ahead of ourselves. But I think, as usual, this playthrough will be one of these special playthroughs where we just have a good time. Now, some people have already asked me, are you doing special criteria? Are you going to do like the, what is it called, Nuzlocke or Newslock? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Special run where if a Pokemon dies, they won't come back and you're stuck with certain Pokemon. No, not now. Okay? I'm not saying never. I'm saying not now. Why not now? Because I've only ever played this game once ever in the 90s when it was a brand new game on Game Boy. I would like to re-experience it. I've never played the Fire Red version. I've only played the original Game Boy version, which was Pokemon Blue. So I want to re-experience it for the first time in probably like 20-something years. Have a good time with all of you. Later on, maybe in the future, we would like to do runs of Pokemon where we do these special criterion things. I'm not opposed to that. But if I want to play this one, I want to experience it, you know, genuinely to see my thoughts and to have a good time with the playthrough with all of you. You know, back then I was just a kid, you know, playing it on my Game Boy Pocket in a school bus and shit, you know. It's a lot different today being an adult streaming for a live audience. So, how are you all doing this morning? And by the way, I'm going to talk about tonight. Tonight we got another new game. But I want to say good morning to everyone. How's everyone today? Who do we got? We got King Michael, good morning. Layla the Witch, Dab Hands, Rose Diamonds. Jade is here this morning. I'm very happy to see you, Jade, because we determined that we were going to play this yesterday, and I was hoping that you'd come by today. Game Speaking, Matthew, Copium, Stuart is here. Puricato is here. Former Pro 1 player. Oh, this is a troll account. I know who it is. It's a stupid sock account that spams the commands all day. Game Dude, Momo Chai, Faded Shadow, Grandmaster Scrub, Free JT. How y'all doing this morning? Mr. Magoo's Eye Doctor, that's interesting. Mel Corey, and more. How y'all doing? On the kick side, who do we got today? Eddie Chill, The Denim Handcart, Robust Pinos, Romulus, Just Shia. Who else do we got? Save Us GTA 6, Spoons, Supportive Support, John Diaper, Most Tasteless, and more. How y'all doing? Good morning, good morning. It's time to get hot. Very nice. I'm excited for today. I am. I think it's going to be a great day of new stuff. Let's talk about the second half of today. So on the late stream tonight, we're also doing another new game, okay? Tonight, we're going to be doing a game that's called Retro Rewind that actually, for an indie sim game, has been doing incredibly well. Over 100,000 copies sold within the week that it's been out. It is a game where you build and run your own VHS rental store in the 1990s, meaning you decorate it. You design the departments, you order the tapes, you check out the customers, you build refreshments, you build an arcade. And they actually just announced this yesterday because the game has done so well. The developer said, we're going to give you all these improvements for free coming up. They're actually going to add video games. Now, that's right up my alley. I grew up renting video games from Blockbuster Video and local rental stores. That's how I got a lot of my exposure to a variety of games, because back in the day, you know, there was no game demos or anything like that. So you had to rent them to know if you liked them, to decide if you wanted to buy them. If you weren't just going to take a shot and drop a ton of money to buy it outright, not knowing if you were going to like it. So this game is going to be pretty cool, I think. I think this is going to be a great, interesting game. I hope it's good. I hope that it ends up being a lot of fun. We all interact, and maybe there'll be potential to have the audience make the certain, you know, decisions on what we do, like how something looks or maybe what tapes to stock. I don't know. I don't know how the game works. We'll find out tonight. But that's something fun to try tonight. I think it may be a cool indie game that we could try out, and if it works out, maybe we have it in the rotation as a chill stream on night streams. I've heard as of now, it has about 20 hours of content, but that's when the game developers just did their roadmap update and said, as a result of it being such a popular game and selling a ton of copies, we're going to add all this new content for you for free. It's coming up. So it may actually, by the time we get to that point, if we play it that much, it may have more content. Like, I would love to do the video game rentals, but it's not in there yet. So good stuff. And that's today's schedule. I'm very excited. I think today will be a great day. Now, the other elephant in the room that we'll address before we start hanging out here, okay, is that Crimson Desert has gotten an update, okay? Crimson Desert got a patch this morning that apparently, well, not this morning, it was overnight actually, that apparently has improved the game. The game devs of Crimson Desert directly listened to the criticisms of players online and acknowledged that the controls and combat was not good, and that the bosses were too difficult, and that the game itself was not balanced. And so they patched it, and people are now saying that the game is much better, that the combat is more satisfying, that the bosses are more fair, and overall the game is a better experience. Okay? So it's literally a direct result of the criticisms I gave it. I'm not saying me specifically, but what I criticized is literally what they improved. Okay? So for morons who out there who said, oh, get good, you're just a scrub, fuck you. The game devs literally listened to the criticisms and improved the game based on the fact that the game's combat sucks. Okay, they actually addressed it and acknowledged it. So, that being said, people are asking, would I go back to it to try it? It's a maybe. Like right now, we've already got stuff that we lined up to play this week. We've already got Pokemon Fire Red that I'm excited to try and start today and get a playthrough going. We're still continuing with Slay the Spire 2. We're still continuing with Dragon Quest. We've got Street Fighter on deck for me to hit Master with Alex and try my other characters who apparently have been dramatically improved, which would be pretty cool. And more. You know, we got a lot coming up this week, so I'm not desperate to jump back into it, but I might. Like, let's put it this way. If something this week doesn't work, let's say, for example, for whatever reason, this playthrough fails, or, I don't know, Slay the Spire 2 sputters out and people don't want it anymore, then we can maybe go back to Crimson Desert and give it another shot. And I'm not committing to saying that I'm going to play the game at length, but I guess we'll see. Layla in chat just says, well, the longer you wait, the better it's going to be because they're going to keep patching it. You're right. I get the feeling that this game dev invested so much time and money in the game, they really want it to be a hit, and therefore they're going to keep updating it based on feedback. And that's a good thing. I'm not criticizing them at all. That's a good thing. My only question is this: why didn't they have the game play like that to begin with? Like, it's not hard to figure out what works in modern gaming anymore. Like, it's not. You can see what games are hits, what games aren't. You can get feedback from gamers. Gamers are very willing to give you feedback on things, right? Why did they release the game playing like that? So now they have to do a series of patches and updates to try to make the game play like something people want to play. You could have done that first. I'm at a loss. Is this really modern game development? Release the game and then update it to be good after it's out? I just don't understand that. It used to be, hey, we have talent, so we make the game good first. We release it, you like it, you buy it and play it, we get acclaim, word of mouth, more sales, and then we're successful. Now, we release a game, it sucks at launch, people complain, we adapt, and on the fifth adaptation, it's finally good, and now people buy it. I don't understand. I'm really confused. But, I mean, I don't make games either, I just play them, right? Anyway, so, will I play Crimson Desert again? It's a maybe. If you guys want me to give it another shot, and if, of course, time permits, but if we're busy this week and we're having a good time, then we don't have to. Like, I'm in no rush to go back to it. If we're going to have a good time with the games we're already playing, it's all good. We could always go back to it whenever we want. Okay, fair enough? I hope that makes sense. Cool. Let's see here. Someone tipped $2 says you should pick Charmander because this is Fire Red. I don't even know who's available. Is it the original 3? Is it Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander? Are those the 3 starters? Is Pikachu available in this version? Because I know that they added Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow because so many people wanted Pikachu as a starter Pokemon because he was Ash's original Pokemon in the TV show. But I have no idea what's in this. I don't. So I guess we'll see. Oh, Squirtle. That's right. So it'd be Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and maybe Pikachu. I don't know. I guess we'll see. That's what's going on today, but there's something else going on too. Guess what? Today is the return of DSP Tries It. We haven't done one in a couple of weeks, and to be honest, the last one didn't do so well because it was a dessert. Today we are returning to Chick-fil-A in the first time in a year. I haven't had Chick-fil-A since March of 2025. Today we're going to be doing a bunch of cool stuff. We're going to be getting their new sandwich, which is actually supposed to be like a spicy sandwich, a jalapeno club. But I'm also going to be getting chicken nuggets per the suggestion of someone yesterday. And I'm going to get something else too. And I got, I think, 6 different kinds of sauces. So I'm going to test the sauces. I'm going to have this sandwich. We're going to do a lot today for DSP Tries It. And that's going to be at the end of this stream. So we're going to stream Pokemon Fire Red for roughly around 3 hours. And then we're going to do DSP Tries It live here together. Okay? I'm excited for that. I'm a little annoyed the camera is not centered. Let me see if I can fix it. I think that did it. It was slightly off. I hit it with my foot when I was working on my taxes a couple days ago. And then yesterday I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's still slightly off. Like, I'm never going to get it perfect, the dang thing. Okay. What's going on, Game Boy? Good morning. Good to see you. How's everyone doing? Everyone in a good mood today? How you doing? How you doing? I got a $1 tip. Someone says, many open world games get hated on for being mindless games filled with pointless tasks. Why does Crimson Desert get a pass? Why'd you get singled out for having legitimate claims? The game is literally hold R2 combat, same as the MMO it was built on top of. Because I'm Darkside Phil. It's like I said, it doesn't matter what points I have. It doesn't matter if I'm right. People just want to meme that I'm wrong. Even as stupid as it makes them look. Because every fucking moron who memed and laughed at the video of me basically saying I don't like the combat is an actual moron. Like, they don't understand. It's less representative of them ganging up on me. It's more them showing that they're a completely idiotic class of society. They serve no purpose. They're just actually dumb. The game's combat is bad. The game dev responded and fixed it. My criticism was valid. It doesn't matter what a group of idiots on the internet say because they gang together with their mental deficiencies and hold each other's hands and sing kumbaya, we equally hate DSP. They're still dumb. And I'm still right. So thanks for the $1. Pokemon did have a green version. But when Pokemon, okay. So when Pokemon first released, okay, it was Pokemon Blue and Red. All right, those are the first 2 versions. I remember. And the cartridges were colored towards blue or red. It was cool because you could actually get a Game Boy that matched the color of the Pokemon game you were buying. Then the TV show became a giant smash hit. And everyone wanted Pikachu to be the Pokemon that was in your party first because that's what happens in the show. So they changed it and made Pokemon Yellow, and I believe that's the one that adds Pikachu as a starter Pokemon, right? Then, later on, a generation later, obviously there was desire to see the classic remade since other Pokemon games had come out and became popular and prominent. So they decided to remake it, and they called it Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, and that's the version that we're playing today. It's Game Boy Advance. It's not the original Game Boy, it's Game Boy Advance, so this one has better graphics, full color. I believe the music is tweaked a bit. Some gameplay elements were improved. The Pokemon available are different, and it has tons of post-game content after the end of where the game ended on the original Game Boy. So all of that stuff is improved in this version. So the first versions were red and blue, then there was yellow, then they had Leaf Green Fire Red on Game Boy Advance. If I'm correct, maybe I'm missing out on something and there's another version. I don't know. But there you go. All right, so Greg, thanks for $2. He's saying that Asians can't make games. I disagree. I think that there's tons of Asian game developers that do an absolutely great job making video games. To being honest, I just think the problem with Crimson Desert is this is a dev team that really their one success is an MMO. So what do they know how to do? Make MMOs. So if they're going to make a single player game and they're starting with the framework of their MMO, and then they're going to scale it down to be single player, that's fine. but then you have to actually research what makes single-player games work, and it's not holding a button down and aiming a direction and mauling everything in that direction, and then just going and grinding to level up your health, damage, and stun, and then go and overwhelming a boss. That's not good gameplay. It's boring. It's actually quite undercooked is what it should be called. I mean, we just played Resident Evil 9, made by Capcom. That's a Japanese game developer, and that game was outstanding. So there you go. AJ Mason. Oh, a cute bunny. How cute. Thank you for sending me that cute Easter bunny. AJ Mason did a $2.79 Canadian super chat and says the camera was on the whole time, huh? Yes, it was. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see what the Canadian conversion is this morning. It's $2.79, right? That is $2.03 American. So technically, that's a top super chat. What's the name? AJ Mason. That's $2.03. You got the top spot by 3 cents. So good for you. Okay. And then we got a $2 super chat from Momo Chai. I love Pokemon. I'm excited for you. Well, thank you. I love these playthroughs. They're very chill. This one will be a little different because it's not modernized, right? This is old Pokemon. This is truly a throwback. And it's funny because usually when I try to play throwback games that have older graphics and stuff, people freak out. Why are you playing that old game? Oh my God, it's so boring. But this is Pokemon. So maybe we're going to have a different experience today, right? Maybe we'll actually have a better crowd, people who are chill and ready to enjoy and interact and relax. It's really what I think it's going to be, a nice relaxing playthrough. I'm down for that. Can I turn off the stream ads? No, but you can become a YouTube Premium subscriber, and that removes all ads from YouTube. That's what I do. I'm a YouTube Premium subscriber. I haven't seen an ad on YouTube in about 3 years, 4 years. I got it right when I was starting my React show, so 4 years. Yeah. There you go. Do I think I'll play Persona 4 Remake when it releases? I don't know. I love Persona 4. All right? Persona 4 is an amazing game. The thing about it, though, is that one of the biggest hooks of the game is the story, right? If you already know the twist, you've kind of taken some of the interesting part of the game away because you already know the twist of the story. The gameplay elements are sound. It's a fun game. And it to be remade with modern graphics and modern elements, like that'll make it even more playable for like an audience. I would, let me put it this way. I personally would love to play it. But there's two things to consider. Number one, it's a lengthy turn-based JRPG, and it's very hard for me to get people to pay attention to RPGs on this channel. Case in point, right now I'm playing Dragon Quest VII and Slay the Spire 2, and both of them are struggling to retain an audience because they're turn-based RPGs. Today we're starting Pokemon, which, by the way, is a turn-based RPG. The difference is it's Pokemon. It has that hype and that IP behind it, and there is an installed crowd for when I play Pokemon who show up for these playthroughs. I would likely love to play Persona 4, but the question is, will an audience show up, engage, and support it? That's question number one. And then there's another elephant in the room here. Is Atlas going to get copyright crazy? Because if you're not aware, Atlas infamously is a company that gets copyright crazy. They will start striking channels for playing their games for no reason. Like when Persona 5 came out, Atlas came out with a list of criteria saying, as long as you abide by these criteria, you can do a playthrough of Persona 5. I abided by all the criteria, and they hit me with copyright strikes. And when I contacted them, they couldn't even answer why it happened. They were apologized and ended up removing them. But it was absolutely ridiculous that they hit me with strikes when I did nothing wrong. I was within the criteria they had laid out to play the game. Okay? So I know how silly this sounds. Okay? There's a chance that Atlas, when Persona 4 Remake comes out, could hit people with copyright strikes for a game that's been out for how long? Since the PS2 era. The story has been known for that long. They might be like, oh, no spoilers. What do you mean no spoilers? The game came out like 15, 20 years ago. No spoilers allowed. That's how they are. You know, so we'll have to see what happens when the game comes out and what the climate is and what's going on. If people desire it and want it, there's a chance I'll play it. I would like to, But I also can't really risk the channel because Atlas is so crazy with how they handle stuff, which I don't understand. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So I got a $2 tip. This person says, actually, this person knows the history of Japanese Pokemon. He says, in Japan, Pokemon Green and Red were the two original first versions, only released in Japan. Then Pokemon Blue was an update, but then when it came to the West, it was only Red and Blue, and that blue is built off the Japanese blue, then afterwards yellow. So technically Green and Red were first, but only in Japan. This is getting convoluted at this point. Very complex, very confusing. I'm sure there's a Pokemon Purple in there at some point too, right? Okay. What's my favorite Persona game? I haven't played that many. I only played 3, 4, 5. That's it. So if you were to ask me out of 3, 4, 5, what's my favorite? 5. But I mean, that's the most modern one. Has the most content. Has a really, really good story. You know, great music. I still love 4. 3 is my least liked, for sure. Okay. Oh, my nose itches. Oh. All right, so the morning show continues. We have almost 200 people watching on YouTube, which is great. I have no idea how many we have on Kick this morning. Let's take a look. I haven't checked in a while. 70? Not bad. Hoping to get up to 100 maybe over there, but we'll see. You know, definitely the Kick audience is more of an action audience. They're here for action games, not really for RPGs. But it is Pokemon. Maybe we'll get a bigger audience over there. I don't know. Okay. Let's relax a little more. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. Tag me in either chat. Let's do a little bit of Q&A hangout here. By the way, I guess this would be a good time for me to mention, hey, please support the stream today. If you're on YouTube, give it a like. Get this channel engagement. This channel got a ton of engagement over the weekend for Crimson Desert. It would be great to keep that momentum flowing now. Please like the stream if you're watching it. Please support the stream today if you can. Super chats, memberships on the YouTube side, kicks, subs on the Kick side, tips, all appreciated. Let's go. In particular, today it would be great to get some support on Kick. So far, this week, I'm not exaggerating, is the lowest support week I've ever had on Kick since I streamed there. I think it's a combination that I took an extra day off, and also that I'm playing a lot of RPGs, and the Kick audience doesn't really like them that much. You know, the Kick audience supports when I play like Street Fighter 6, but I'm only doing that a couple streams a week. So let's go for Pokemon today. Let's get some Kick support, and not that dumb troll who keeps gifting subs and I can't get rid of them. I've banned them, and you know, you can't stop them from supporting. Let's get some actual positive supporters on Kick today. Okay? Let's go. Well, Buckwell, if it's not the games you don't like, then why are you here? If you don't like me, then perhaps you shouldn't sit around on a stream of someone you don't like, right? Like, maybe you should use your head. Or maybe you can't. Maybe you're dumb. I don't know. It would be nice if you used your head. If you don't like the content, then leave. No one's forcing you. I didn't tie you to a chair, right? I didn't glue your butt to the seat. I didn't permanently tune your phone or mobile device to watch DSPGaming on Kick. You can go watch somebody else. Do I remember how old I was when I first played Blue Red? I don't remember the year it came out. What year did Pokemon Blue and Red come out? I'll answer the question if you could tell me what year it came out. Well, Buckwell, now you are going to go watch on Raw, Phil, because you're banned. Because you insulted me. Because you're a dunce. I mean, all you got to do is act like a respectable human and you'd be fine. But instead, you got to sit here and you got to act like a bitch. So now you're treated like a bitch. Soul at 2 a.m., how you doing? A $5 tip, he says, why is Fat Camp a train wreck? Somehow they made it worse than the first one. I don't know. I'm only know of Fat Camp because of Wings of Redemption talking about it sometimes in his content. And actually, I just happened to catch him talking about it on a stream he did. Was it yesterday, the day before? He was playing Bully, which was interesting to see him play a little bit of Bully, because everyone always made fun of me for playing Bully and sucking at geography. So I watched him play a little bit of Bully. And I guess he had brought it up during the stream. But anyway, I don't know. I never watched it. I didn't watch the original. I'm certainly not watching this one. I don't give a shit about. Again, I keep telling you, I have literally never, for one moment, watched Lolcow live. Never. The only thing I've ever seen are clips that aren't even from the channel. You know, other people clipping it. That's what I've seen. I would never watch that content. It's nothing that I would ever enjoy. Actually, for me, that kind of content is like nails on a chalkboard. Like, it's torture to watch. I don't like reality TV. I don't like that shit. So for me, that's like the worst content. I would never enjoy it. I'm not saying that anyone else can't enjoy it. Go for it if you like it. I hate it. Yeah, I don't know why Bookwell crashed out this morning. Very bizarre. Very bizarre behavior. Maybe he's on drugs or something. I don't know. A new Spyro is on the way. Is that true? They're making a new Spyro game? That'd be interesting to see what they do with that. Do I think he's throwing a tantrum because RimWorld is doing well and he wants Truck Sim? I don't know. I have no idea. Again, I'm not Buckwell. I don't know what goes through his head. It's weird because Buckwell, I believe, started out as like a troll. And as you know, I let trolls talk and sit in the kick chat all day. I don't do anything about it. I just let them be there, right? So he started there. And then when I started playing Truck Sim, apparently he bought the game and liked it so much that he played the shit out of it. And then he realized, oh, there's actually some positive stuff that comes from Phil's content when you don't have to sit there and act like a troll all day. You can actually like get exposure to games and enjoy stuff, you know, like a normal human behavior instead of a moron. So then he started enjoying the Truck Sim streams, started helping me enjoy the game, like explaining the game to me and stuff. And then he wanted to buy me DLCs, which he did. He bought tons of DLCs for Truck Sim over the course that we played that game, which I appreciated. And like I said, he was always a positive influence when it came to Truck Sim. But it seems like as soon as I stopped playing Truck Sim, that was it. Now he went back to his trolling ways because he's so upset because I'm not playing the game that he likes or whatever. I don't know. He's just a bizarre individual. Like most people who don't like me, they're just weirdo fucks. Same thing. Oh no, Llama. He says, is playing Fire Red a spontaneous decision or is this in the schedule? No, it's in the schedule. Like, since it was announced, what was it, 3 weeks ago? The moment it was announced, people asked me would I play it. And I was like, don't you think it's a little early for another Pokemon considering the fact that we finished Legend ZA in like either late January or early February? And at that point, we were still planning on playing Pokopia. But then once we saw Pokopia and what it was, like, it doesn't really make sense. It's kind of a kiddie game. And I said, well, I would consider this in the future, right? And that's it. We just kept it on the back burner for a few weeks, and now we have opportunity to play it. Oh, and I'm excited. We're going to get to play it on my Pokemon controller. Now, that's cool that I bought a Pokemon-themed Power A controller for Switch 2, and I'll be using that during the playthrough of Pokemon Fire Red. It's actually pretty neat, right? I'm actually going to test how long the battery lasts and everything, because I don't know. I don't know how long the battery lasts on this thing. We'll find out, I guess. Pretty neat. Eddie Chill says, Wings of Redemption heated your review and didn't buy Crimson Desert. A ton of people did. I had people actually message me. A few people message me. Not a ton, but, you know, probably like 5-10 people. And personally thank me for being honest in my review. Because they said they were going to buy Crimson Desert. And then when they watched me play it, they were like, oh, shit, I'm really glad I didn't just dump $70 on this because it's not ready yet. Like, that's the thing. That's why people are now asking me to play it again this week. Because they want to see if the game was improved enough that they can buy it now. As many morons as there are on the internet who completely just write off everything that I say because they think that DSP is a meme and a terrible gamer, there's people who actually care about what I say because they know I've been around for 18 years and I don't lie. I'm honest about everything. You know, those people are called intelligent, but the problem is there's very few of them left. No, I didn't refund Crimson Desert. I wouldn't refund the game. I played it, almost 5 hours, and there's a chance I might go back to it. Why would I ever refund it? I'd be an idiot. As you guys can see, ICS is here, 220 is here, whatever you want to call him this day. He's still here and he's still gifting subs, but it's troll insult subs. He's so butthurt that he can't act, you know, like a normal human, that he's banned on all his accounts, that he now tries to gift on the insult account. It's obviously him. We're not stupid, right? 220, it's this simple. I will unban you. I told you I would. You just have to give 220 subs. Go ahead and do it right now. Give 220 subs. I will unban your 220 account. Do it right now. Do I have a tattoo? Oh, no. No. No tattoos. Nothing on my body. No piercings and no tattoos. That's good. Game Dude says, I feel like the new norm, you wait for day one. You wait for the bugs and things to be revealed. You wait for fixes to occur. Then you buy the game afterward. That's what everyone should be doing. That's actually how it used to be. Okay? Before the era of the console wars of Xbox versus Sony and the Nintendo in there, people used to wait. I'm not kidding. People did not always go pre-order and buy every game at launch. They waited to see if a game was good. Or the rentals, like I just explained with the retro rewind we're going to do tonight. People would purposefully not buy a game, go to the rental store, rent the game, test it, and see if it was good before they bought it. Today, everyone wants to be part of this day one hype meme cultural movement where they could say that they played the game on launch day, and increasingly people are getting burnt in the ass for it because they're dropping all this money and the game is literally not good yet. Like, Crimson Desert was about 75% good at launch, but the combat is a quarter of the game and it sucked ass. So now they're patching the combat. That's good, but it should have been 100% good at launch, right? So maybe now as they improve it gradually over the next couple of weeks with patches and things to tweak it, maybe it will be worth your money and time, but it certainly was not worth your money and time on launch day. But how many people bought it on launch day? 2 million people. 2 million rubes, you know? I buy it because I want to show you what it is. It's my job to buy the game and to show you. But the person who has no stake in that, it's not their job to do it. Rushing out and buying the game at launch day makes no logical sense anymore. I don't know why people still do it. The mentality should be to wait and see. There's enough people out there who are independent creators, not ball suckers, okay? And also not people who go the other way and just say everything sucked, but people who can genuinely be trusted. Not just me. There's tons of people like me out there that are trustworthy who are going to give you their honest opinion about a game on launch day. There is no reason for you to ever buy a game on launch day until you've got the opinion of someone who you trust. Okay? It's not like it used to be. You don't need to play it on launch day. Just wait a day. And then you'll save a lot of money and a lot of pain and a lot of, problems for yourself. That guitar riff is crazy. That guitar is going nuts. Beaver Bother, thanks for a $1.50 tip. Another one I'm not reading, but thanks for a $1.50. You notice 220 isn't dropping 220 subs, right? You noticed that. By the way, big ups to Super Bonchan. Super Bonchan putting out only the hottest Detractor content and videos about DSP on his channel. Very nice work. I've seen a video and I was like, ooh, good Detractor work. Very nice. Game Speaking just did a knock 20 super chat. I'll have to figure out what the value of that is. And they said, thank you, your reviews have saved my wallet. Thank you, Game Speaking. Oh, that's the other bunny animation. There's two bunny. That's the other bunny animation. We finally got it. Very nice. Thank you, Game Speaking. Let's see what that's valued at. That is $2.06. Thank you so much, Game Speaking. I'm glad that I saved you some money. So, people have voted, like, what was their classic team color? Was it red, blue, yellow, or green? And 42% voted red. Wow. I guess I was in the minority playing Pokemon Blue, huh? Because it was a tough decision, because I actually bought my Game Boy Pocket to play Pokemon. So I bought the blue Game Boy Pocket with Pokemon Blue. That was my decision. It was either going to be the red with the red or the blue with the blue, and I bought the blue with the blue. I guess people like red over blue, huh? TX Shooter, how are you today? He says, did you hear about a game called The Bed We Made? No, I have not. Not heard of a game called The Bed We Made. Not as of yet, anyway. Doesn't mean that I won't. Princess Luna, thank you for a gifted membership this morning. I appreciate that. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you so much, Princess Luna, our first membership of the day. And I just received $5 as a tip. Thank you for the first major tip of the day where we could play an animation. This person says, heads up, old school Pokemon experience grinding for leveling up is more brutal than modern Pokemon, as modern Pokemon made it easier. You're right. If you guys don't remember, original Pokemon, I believe you only level up the Pokemon that are used in a fight in your party. It doesn't, like, group level, right? I don't think so. So this game is going to have significant grinding, just to forewarn all of you. It's different, okay? And if I remember correctly, you can only swap out Pokemon at Pokemon centers. It's not easy to heal your Pokemon. You have to constantly have healing items and stuff. it's the classic formula that they started with. That they didn't change it or anything. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be tougher. It's going to be longer. But at the same time, if we treat it like a chill stream and we interact and we have a good time, it'll be fine, I think. What's my problem with 220? He's a sociopath. He would come to the streams and act positive and drop big support, and then he would literally do horrible things. He would say and do horrible things on the streams, off the streams. You know, like I said, the straw that broke the camel's back for me is he comes on the stream claiming someone is dead who wasn't. Then come to find out the entire thing was something he was involved in, some kind of a bizarre setup where the person wasn't even real, and he was trying to get, like, people to think that it was a catfish account, like the person was real. It was a real fucked up situation. The guy's nuts. Like, the guy is legit nuts. You could tell he doesn't have a job. All the money he has, someone gives to him, whether it's government money, whether it's his mommy's money, whoever, you know. He doesn't earn it. He's nuts. There's no way a competent person could make that much money to be dropping it on the internet. So, he is a sociopath. That's the problem. If he could act like a normal human, I wouldn't care. But I'm not going to have him on my streams and derailing everything and being a toxic jerk. Oh, let's see here. Genesis Gaming, 49 months as a member at the super member level. Thank you so much, Genesis Gaming. He says, what starter will you pick? The right answer is Charmander and keep it up. I don't know. When I played Pokemon Blue, it was Squirtle. But maybe we'll do something different. Maybe we'll do Charmander. Maybe we'll do Bulbasaur. I don't know who's available in this version. Maybe Pikachu's available. I don't know. We'll see. Jade, I'm enjoying Alex's Street Fighter 6. Although, I don't think he's top tier. I think he's unique because he has the stance. And I think once I figure out the stance change and how to utilize it properly, I'll be better with the character. But, I mean, I've only had a chance to play with him twice. This is the difference between me and everyone else who plays fighting games, right? Alex came out a week ago now, right? Everyone else has probably played this character 10, 20, 30 hours, right? I've literally played Alex 6 hours. And that was 5 hours launch day, 1 hour on Friday or Thursday. And I haven't touched them since. Because I'm a variety streamer, I don't have enough time to invest in fighting games to be good at them. So because of that, you know, I should have had him at Master already, but I don't play enough, you know? So it is what it is. You know, I like the character. I think that if I played more with him, I'd actually be good with him. But I don't think I'll ever play enough to be good with him. At this point, I think I'll only ever be good with older characters who I've sunk the time into. You know, like I said, Dalzim, Honda, Blanca, Lily, maybe Zangief are probably the 5 characters I'll ever be good at in Street Fighter 6 because I don't have time to invest in the new characters, you know? Sheep Hugger, thanks for a £2 super chat. Says, hope you're okay, buddy. Keep up the good streams. Thank you so much. Indeed, I am okay. And I am excited for today's Pokemon stream. I think it's going to hopefully go well and you guys will enjoy it. Could I be less ban happy? So would you like me to just time everybody out instead? Someone tipped $2. Says, do you have a good name prepared for the rival? I don't even know what you're talking about. I guess the game has a rival. Oh, no, I don't plan ahead or anything like that. We'll do it on the fly. So you guys just want me to time people out rather than ban people outright on Kick? I could do that. And in reality, I almost never ban anyone on YouTube. It's only the sock accounts that I ban on YouTube. But Kick, I mean, people are just really nasty sometimes. If 220 were to donate $20, is that okay for an unban? Well, 220 could donate $20 and then donate another 200 subs. Because that would be the equivalent of... Wait, no, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. They would have to donate another 216 subs on top of that. Math is hard. Math is hard, especially when you get older and your brain turns to mush. Was I ever robbed of my Pokemon cards at school? I never had any Pokemon cards. So, no. Are you able to donate on his behalf, Pokemon John? Who are you? Are you 220? No, 220 has to do it. Has to be them. Not you. Absolutely not. I know it shouldn't be a big deal. All 220 has to do is go beg his parents for more money. Where he gets all his money from. Right? Just go ask for more. What's the problem? What happened? Did they shut out your card? Oh, no. All right. What do you guys want to talk about? Because we'll hang out for a little more, but I want to start soon. But let's do a little bit more hangout, and then we'll begin. What's on everyone's mind? What would you like to discuss today? Are Iron Chef Sakai and 220 the same guy? It's likely. It's highly likely. Obviously, I don't go that deep into it. I don't care. I'm not researching it. I'm not stalking people and posting their shit up on Kiwi Farms like some of these weirdos do. But it's highly likely it's the same person. No, I don't know anything about this fish tank you guys keep bringing up. No clue. Don't know what you're talking about. Where's my new leverless gaming joypad? I didn't get one. I told you I opted not to get it because here's the thing. As much as I would enjoy getting a leverless controller for fighting games, I don't think you guys are going to want to see me learn how to use it, right? And I told you, I don't have time to play games off stream at all. So I think what would happen is I'd start to use it, I would suck. I'd have to sit there in training mode, practicing, getting the movements down and everything. And people would be like, oh, this is boring. Why isn't he playing people? Well, because I can't use the controller yet. So people will just complain and they'll see that it's boring and it's a waste of time and money. So there's no point. I'm going to have to use a joystick forever because I don't have time to learn how to use it. Any plans for Easter, like a dinner with Kat? I don't even know when Easter is. I really don't. I have no clue when it is this year. I don't like that. I like holidays that stay the same date. Like Thanksgiving is always the last Thursday of November. Christmas is always December 25th. Easter literally moves around every year, so I never know when the hell it is. So I don't even know. Will I ever play Dredge again? I don't know. Personally, I was enjoying Dredge, but it didn't seem to catch on with the audience. Both times that I played it, people were like, meh. So, that's why I didn't play it again. I'm not against playing it again. Pokemon John says, if I send you half that, then that should be okay, right? $100, no trolling. 220 subs on Kick. Each sub is $5. So do the math. No, $100 is not half of that. Drift Speed, how you doing? What do we got here? 20. He says, if I donate $20, can you add plus 20 to his unbanned cost so it doesn't match his number and gives him OCD? Stay real, Phil. If you play into the lolcow thing and as an act, I'd enjoy that too. Not sad like Sticks, though. Don't go Bulba. I have no idea what you're talking about. Thanks for $20. I literally don't know what that is, what that's a reference to. But thank you for $20. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for a nice, big contribution. Our biggest of the day so far. Much appreciated. Someone tipped $2. He says, LTG claims he will use ChatGPT as evidence to sue YouTube for revenue loss due to trolls and restreamers. You had issues with trolls and restreamers. What are your thoughts? I have no idea. I don't know what that means. He's going to use ChatGPT as evidence. You can't. AI is not evidence of anything. All AI does is summarizes stuff posted on the internet. It doesn't confirm or deny its factual basis at all. Like, for example, it was funny. One time, this was like months and months ago, I just typed into Google. Now, Google uses AI as a summary when you first search. And I typed into Google, what is the real name of LTG? And you want to know what it said? Google AI responded, Dale Wilson. That's actually not true. He actually legally did change his name to DeLon Sparrow. So that's his real name now. But AI doesn't know that. AI will just repeat what the internet says as fact. So you can't use AI as a basis of fact in a court of law. You can't. AI is a good way to summarize common opinion. AI is a good way to summarize things that have been posted on the internet, but it doesn't mean that they're true. It doesn't validate the actual factual basis of something. Does that make sense? Oh, he didn't? Is that true? He didn't change his name? I was under the impression he did legally change his name. Well, I don't know if now you're being silly. Someone says he can't afford it. That's ridiculous. Actually, I don't think it costs that much to change your name legally. He's got to change all your documents and shit, but anyway. No, I don't think you'd be able to use AI as a basis of anything. AI is a quick way to get a summary of information from the internet. It works well for that. Like right now, for example, if I were to go into any AI and say, can you give me the list of the biggest games that Microsoft exclusive or owned studios ever produced. It would probably do a good job of that. It would probably say, oh, the Halo series, the Gears of War series, you know, it would pump out all the answers. And, oh, that's useful information, right? But how does AI do that? All it does, it searches the internet very quickly, and it summarizes information into one concise listing and regurgitates that to you. AI is not intelligent. AI is not vetting the information. It's just getting information and slamming it together and presenting it to you. So it's not necessarily going to be right. I'll give you a perfect example of that, all right? I'll give you a perfect example of that. It was Thanksgiving one year. I don't know if it was this year, that's last year or the year before. And we had a turkey roast that we were going to roast in the oven. And we just went right into Google, which is AI, and said, how long do you cook a whatever pound turkey roast in the oven and at what temperature? And it gave us information. And then we actually looked up on the website of I think it was the Butterball website. We went to the Butterball website and looked up the official instructions from there, and they were completely different. The temperature, the time was completely off from what Google had told us. So if we had gone with what Google had said, we actually would have overcooked the turkey and we would have had dry-ass Thanksgiving. But because we went out and we found it ourselves or whatever, it was able to give us the correct information. No, that's not true. If you go to Google right now, the first answer it gives you is an AI answer. Like right now, if I were to go to Google, okay, and I type in, it even said, dude, it actually says AI mode. Ask AI mode in Google search. It says it right there. So I don't even have to type anything. It literally says AI mode as soon as you open Google search. So there you go. You can override that if you want, but the first thing it does is it uses AI. Drift Speed says, so the Fire Red exclusives, Vile Plume for gas and poison, Golduck for water, Cloyster for water ice, Arcanine for fire. You want to use one of those, don't double up with your starter typing. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I think we will, it's been an hour. I like to do an hour morning show. I think we will now adjourn. I want to say thank you. This has been a chill hour. We've hung out. We talked about various topics. We had a good time. I had a good time. I hope you did too. So again, Pokemon Fire Red right now. Tonight, the premiere of Retro Rewind. I hope you'll come by for that. That should be a really fun one. Tomorrow, we're actually doing Slay the Spire 2 again. Can't wait to continue with the Necrobinder, and then we're going to try the new character. I forget what it's called. The robot thing. And tomorrow night, Street Fighter 6, where we're going to try to get Alex to master. All right, so we got some good stuff ahead, right? It's going to be fun. All right, good stuff. Thank you all for a great morning show. I hope you enjoyed. And, because someone had asked me, what's the lighting theme? Take a wild guess. Fire, right? It's supposed to look like a burning fire. Everything. The lighting on my PCs today looks like fire. I wonder if I could show you. Look at that. How cool is that? Look at those. Look at that light show on my keyboards. Burning fire. Pretty dope, huh? Yep. And my PCs look like that. The whole room looks like that. It's pretty awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow on another DSP Morning Show.